Cambridge SANE High School. It's time that we look at flex directed study. It's time for a review. We've done this now for a couple of months, and it's time to reflect back upon what we've been doing, any changes that we might need to make, and where the plan is as we move forward. So as we look at the overall goals of our flex directed study model, we want to remember that we are working toward the goal of freedom and flexibility. Students want freedom and flexibility, so we are working toward creating a track record that you can show that you can be responsible with the freedom and flexibility that is provided to you during flex time. The second goal is that you are being responsible for attendance. We want to provide you an opportunity to be accountable for where you are at through this positive sign-in and using positive attendance very well. So we are creating that track record that will give you the opportunity for future opportunities for freedom and flexibility. So then as we look at Monday and Tuesday, we want to remember that your first priority is to have knowledge of how you are doing academically. You want to make sure you're checking your grades and make sure that you are a Blue Jacket in good standing, and we'll talk about that here in a little bit. The second is to be a planful individual, to plan for your week. How will you best utilize your flex time in the upcoming week? And then as we look at our goals for Wednesday and Thursday, it's very important that all students know that this is the time to seek connections with our staff for the purpose of academic growth. And Fridays are all about community. We want to make sure that regardless of your standing, whether a Blue Jacket in good standing or not, it's our opportunity to come together as a school community to seek fun opportunities to connect and build our community. So again, diving a little bit deeper and looking specifically at Monday and Tuesday, we want to remember that your goal on Monday and Tuesday is to have knowledge of your grades and then be planful for the week ahead. You report to your regular directed study for the purpose of checking and connecting with your teacher to make sure you're academically sound. We want you to know if you're a Blue Jacket in good standing or not. And remember, being a Blue Jacket in good standing is passing all of your classes, having a D or better in all of your classes. And just not that, but you are performing to your potential. So if you're an A/B student, don't be satisfied if you have a C or a D right now. Work toward your potential. If you are not on a pass list, if you have a pass restriction, then you would also not be in good standing at that point in time. So you have Monday and Tuesday to determine your standing, whether you're a Blue Jacket in good standing or whether you are not. So with the second goal, as we're being planful for the week, your first and foremost is to look ahead and know what's coming at you this week as far as academics go. While your teacher is connecting with other students and seeing how they are doing academically, you should be either silent reading, checking your Schoology page to ensure that you have knowledge of what's coming up and any announcements that are to be had, or just listening to your teacher. If your teacher has unique expectations, be respectful of your teacher, your directed study teacher, and follow those expectations. Now, one change, we talked about how there will be changes. One change that some of us have been utilizing already is teachers may issue a pass for you to go work in their classroom. So an example, if I have Mrs. Olmsted and she gives me a pass and I have Mr. Godfrey for a teacher, I can show that and go see Miss Olmsted for some math support. So I can't ask Mr. Godfrey for a pass to go see another teacher, but I can get a pass from the teacher to show my directed study teacher to go to that teacher's class to get academic support on Mondays and Tuesdays. So looking at Wednesdays, our goal is that students are seeking connection with staff for the purpose of academic growth. As we look at whether you're a Blue Jacket in good standing, for students who are a Blue Jacket in good standing, you have the freedom to choose where you go for academic support. You can choose a directed study with the goal of improving academically. You sign in at that location, and the expectation is that you remain there for the duration of directed study. Finally, you can choose to stay in your directed study if you are not needing academic support on that given Wednesday or Thursday. Now, if you are not in good standing at that moment, here's some expectations that we have for you. You must sign in at your directed study. You may visit a classroom teacher if your teacher gives you a pass to communicate to your directed study teacher that you need to go somewhere else. Again, you cannot ask your directed study if you can go somewhere else. You must come prepared with a pass from the teacher that you need to see for academic support. You need to continue to work to earn your freedom and flexibility and being a good Blue Jacket in good standing through your academic development time. And finally, your goal is to focus on academic growth, not connecting with your friends. So you be very clear. The goal is to grow academically in those 20 in the directed study time, not necessarily to connect with your friends. So going a little bit deeper on Wednesday and Thursday, remember, the goal is academic support time. Report to a teacher's classroom for the purpose of academic growth. Only visit a different class if you're seeking that academic support, not necessarily just to hang out with your friends, but to seek academic support. That's what we're utilizing that time for on Wednesdays and Thursdays. There are club meeting possibilities, and your advisors will determine what those are, and they will communicate to you when those times are. And finally, at the end of each hour, the teacher will be marking as absent any student who should have reported who did not report, specifically our students in good standing or not, and they will be reporting those to the assistant principals through email. So make sure you get where you're supposed to go and be accountable to what you are supposed to be doing during that time. So as we look at Friday, the goal of this is to create intentional opportunities for us to connect with a fun environment here at Cambridge Isani High School. As we look at it, every student, regardless of their standing, will have Friday Flex, or as some people lovingly call that, Free Range Friday. We want to enjoy this time together and come together as a community and really connect with one another on Fridays. Remember that PBIS will have the gym open periodically. Look in Schoology for that information, but you do need blue slips to make sure you can participate in the gym time. So remember, Flex Directed Study is all about getting better as a student. And as we continue to review Directed Study, we will continue to come back with anything that we need to re-communicate to you as we continue to grow into this process. This is about you showing that you can handle some freedom and flexibility, and we can grow into more freedom and flexibility. So I look forward to learning with you. Thanks for listening. Gibbs out.